If you're trying to build a DApp, a decentralized application, you may be using a library, and that comes packaged as a WebAssembly file, or a WASM for short. And you need to configure your server to be able to handle this file. By default, it's not enabled. So if you're using a VPS or a shared environment to play around with this, you will need to go in and configure that server. And this is true also for CardanoPress, our plugin for the Cardano ecosystem. Now, we're using the Cardano serialization library in CardanoPress, and you can see here it's got the Node.js WASM package, and you can download that directly from the npm package manager website. Now, to configure your server, all you have to do is add in one extra line to your htaccess file. Here I'm using SiteGround. Absolutely fantastic hosting provider. They can handle small websites for starters all the way to higher end VPS environments that need that extra resources behind it. If you're interested, links down below. There are affiliate links down there. Help support the channel if you buy hosting through our website. But here, all you have to do is log into your dashboard of your site, load up File Manager, and then navigate to the public HTML folder. From here, double-click on the htaccess file, and this will load up the contents of that particular file. Now, if you go back to the documentation on our website here, you can find it at cardanopress.io/docs. Find the documentation around configuring your server WASM MIME type for CardanoPress, and then scroll down a little bit further. You can follow these instructions if you need to. And then this is the line that we need to copy here. So this adds a brand new file type, a MIME type, to the server to be enabled for delivery on the front end. And here it is, application wasm.wasm. So I'm going to copy that and go back to my SiteGround manager here. I'm just going to paste it at the very top of this file. So as soon as this file is loaded, it will enable the WASM file type. Just click Save, and you're essentially done. So now you can go to the front end of your website, hit refresh, and we should see CardanoPress now load up that WASM file, and also the connect button, which will enable you to interact with all these really cool Web3 wallets, do transactions and all sorts of things. So there we go. We can see that connect button appear now. So I can click on connect and connect to all these various Cardano related wallets. Super easy. Now, if you're having issues, it's really easy to debug so you can work out if that WASM file is loading or not. So I'll go back and remove this extra line that I've just added in, press save, and that will disable the functionality on the front end. So now I'll go back to the front end of the website and refresh my screen. And here you can see now the connect button isn't loading. So let's debug this and actually see what's going on. So anywhere on your site there, you right click on inspect, and here you can see the console errors. There's a little number 4 here next to the X. You can also click on console on the left, and here will load up all the errors that are on the site. But if we go down here further, we can see uncaught in promise type error failed to execute compile on WebAssembly. So that verifies that the WebAssembly file is not loading. So go back to your htaccess file, ensure that the line there is enabled, there's no typos or no weird characters, click on save, and you'll be able to go back to the front end of your website and reload that, and you see the error disappear and the connect button reappear on your website. And there we go, as you can see. I can click on that and the wallet connector all appears again. So as you can see, it's really quick and easy to enable that WASM file. A lot of people do have issues with that when they're first setting up their CardanoPress website. They don't realize that you have to make that configuration change on your server. Now, this is the same for any server out there. So I'm using SiteGround, as you can see here, but if you're using Bluehost, if you have your own AWS server instance, whatever it is, you just need to be able to log into that server environment and change that htaccess file. Now, of course, if you're using a different hosting environment that's not Apache, using Nginx or something else, there's different ways to configure it. We have documentation on our website at CardanoPress.io. You can learn a little bit more about the plugin and everything else that we're doing and building for the Cardano ecosystem. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up, hit subscribe, click that notification bell. See you in the next video.
Yeah, I gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.